Hello, welcome to this video. In the last video, we saw how number function behaves with non-primitive values and what happens when you pass in an array with empty string or a boolean false or an empty array, you get the result to be 0. This course is not a beginner course and I'm expecting you to know a bit about coercion, and I won't be talking about coercion in this course, not just with arrays. Coercion is evil. The output you get after running your code might be different than what you must have expected because of coercion. If you're not familiar with coercion, please have a look at them because you might be coding perfectly fine, but out of nowhere your output might be different, and the reason might be because of coercion. Now, with diversion away, let's start coding. I'm declaring an arrow function and I'm naming it getSizeOf. Okay. Okay. What I did was I declared an arrow function which is anonymous and I'm assigning it the variable getSizeOf. The function takes in the variable as a parameter and I'm naming the parameter as object. Okay, now let us call the function. And before calling the function, I'll be assigning the array 10, 9, 15, 25, okay, 25, 21, and to the variable a, and I'll be passing it as an argument to the function getSizeOf. Let me console log it right away. Console log getSizeOf, and I'm passing the variable a as an argument. Okay. Now inside of the function, I'm creating an empty array. I'll create an empty array to store the key value pairs of an object. Where object list. Okay. Okay. An empty array is assigned to the variable object list. Now let us create an array and store the value of the object which is in the parameter object. We are creating an array to calculate the size of each value if we pass in multiple values. So where I'm naming it stack and I'm passing it the parameter object. Cool. Now let us assign 0 to the variable bytes. Now this will be calculating the size of our variable. Okay. Now let us create a while loop and loop over until the length of the array which was assigned to the variable stack becomes 0. While stack.length. Okay. Now let us calculate the size of the values from the end of the array. Let us remove the last element from the stack and assign it to the variable value by using pop function. Pop method where value is equals to stack dot pop. Now the last element inside of the array now is assigned to the variable value. In our case, 25 will be assigned to the variable value. Now let's check the type of the value and calculate the byte it uses. If the value is a number, it uses 8 bytes. If the value is a string, each character uses 2 bytes. And if the value is a boolean, it uses 4 bytes. If the value is an object, we traverse through every key and see what the value is, and again see what type the value is, and go through the above process to see if the value is a number, string, or a boolean, and assign the number of bytes to the variable bytes. Okay, let's code. If type of value triple equals boolean, bytes 4. We are adding plus 4 bytes variable. We are adding plus 4 to the bytes variable. Now from the last module, we now know that the value of bytes isn't getting replaced, but we are creating a new memory for every reassignment. Now if the value is not of the type boolean, we go to the else if. Type of value triple equals string. If I can type, okay, and we are adding 8 to it. If it's not of the type string, we check if it's the type of a number or not. Number. If it's a number, we add an. I'm sorry, for string it's bytes value dot length into 2. I'm really sorry. For numbers, it's 8. For string, we count the character length and we multiply it by 2. Okay, final case. Let's see if a variable is an object or not, and what happens if the variable is an object type of value equals to object and object. I'll explain what's happening in a bit. 1 second. Index. What happened? I'm unable to type. Value. We are seeing if the object list we declared at the top here as a value. If yes, then this block of code won't run. If the value isn't there in the object list, it returns -1 and gives us truthy value, and this block of code executes. We'll talk about Boolean short circuiting in the next module. Okay, now let us push the value into the object list because we don't because the index of value triple equals to -1 gives us truthy value. That is, in the object list we have the object list is empty, and now we are pushing the value inside of the object list. Now the value, if it's an object, the value will be an object, and inside of the object list array we'll have a key value pair. Now let us traverse through each key and see what the value is. And 1 second, let me type for I and value stack dot push I. Okay. Now it for looping over an object we use for and loop. I hope you're familiar with that. Now what happens is it goes through every key inside of the object and pushes the value into the stack array. Now if it's an object and if the object has a key value pair, and if the key is A and if the value is 20, 20 is pushed into the stack. Okay, cool. And after everything is done, we return the final number stored in the bytes variable bytes. Okay, and we are done with the coding section. Now, okay, let's start with complicated. Let's start with an object. Let us pass 8, 10, and B to be hey there. Cool. Now let us see what the output is. We get the output to, let me clear. Okay. We get the output to be 26. Now, because 10 is a number and it takes 8 bytes, and hey there as a length of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you can calculate 26 minus 10, that is 16 bytes. String here, variable B takes the size of 16 bytes and variable A takes the size of 10 bytes. That is, A key takes 10 bytes and B key takes 16 bytes, and adding up to total of 26 bytes. If you're comfortable with what just happened, you can skip the next video, because in the next video I'll be going through the code again. By putting a breakdown, I'll walk through every line to see what's happening. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.